So we'll be simulating game 4 now. Alright, so let's simulate up to game 4 here. This team's actually really disciplined, though. We didn't take a single penalty in that game. This team's really disciplined. It's a good young team. That's what I liked about the Maple Leafs before Kyle Dubas took over. No offense to him, but I liked them better under Lou Lamoriello. I feel like he built them up more well from scratch, right? He had, what did he have? He had, let's be real here, he had Van Riemsdyk and Kadri, and that's it. Marleau up overall, and he had Bozak. Okay, Bozak, but maybe Komarov. I don't know if he had him at the start, but he definitely was in a tough position. But to make such a good team here, it's pretty impressive. It's really impressive. So Stolars hasn't seen any action so far. Freddie 913 save percentage has been fantastic for us. So we'll simulate game 4, and hopefully we can just eliminate the Penguins at home. Don't let them into the series. 1-1 tie heading into the second. Okay. Benoit Pouliot scores first, but then Sam Wilson, I believe, scores the answer. Shots are even at 12 apiece. Second period, no scoring. Looks like we're going in third, tied at 1. Power play for us. 5-on-3, 4-on-3. Got nothing done. 5-on-4 power play again. Nothing done. That's a little bit discouraging. So our power play should be pretty good. However, the Penguins get a power play. They don't answer. So we're heading into OT here. See if we can sweep the Pens. Power play? No. Leading in shots. Pittsburgh gets a power play. We get a power play. So far, nothing. And we're going in double OT. Alright, leading Pittsburgh in shots. And Pittsburgh wins game 4. Now we need to be careful. We don't want to let them in this series. Oh, JVR got injured? That's not good. That is not good. I mean, Cogliano's not a bad second liner, but neither is Marleau, but JVR was really that guy that kind of drove that first line for us. Okay, it's just, okay. That's not that bad. He'll play game 5 for us. He was an 85 though, I think. So, hopefully he can get back to an 85. He has the potential to be an 86, so he's pretty good. All in all. That top 6, honestly, it should be elite. He's like a low elite player, so he's pretty good. Bozak, alright. The rest of the team's good to go. So we'll see if we can knock the Pens at their home stadium. At PPG Paints Arena. Alright, Nazem Kadri scoring first. We're leading in shots substantially, 26-17 right now. JVR with a big goal while he's injured. Still getting the work done, but then Malkin answering back. Power play for us. Doesn't get it done. We're leading by 10 shots, which is really good. So keep up the pressure here, not let them in. Just 2 more minutes. Alright, and we win game 5, 2-1, just barely escaping. That was close. I'll be going into the second round here. Who are we going to be playing? I honestly wasn't even expecting us to win a game against the Penguins, let's be real here. But this team is pretty good that we just constructed here. We might be playing the Capitals or the Blue Jackets. So the Capitals at this point, still in NHL 18, it's hard to believe, but they hadn't won a Stanley Cup until, you know, that whole run took place. So playing Columbus, ironically. Team's looking pretty good. So it's likely we're going to be playing Washington in the second round. But this team hasn't made it out of the first round in real life yet. Because Boston. That's all you need to know. But just Boston, okay? So it's literally just Boston. That's the only reason why they haven't been. Oh, Vancouver's in the playoffs. Who would have expected that? Chicago, St. Louis won their series. Vancouver's in their series, so that'd be actually a fun run to have. Vancouver. Oh, Vancouver and Winnipeg tying up their series. There's 4 Canadian teams that might. There were 5 Canadian teams in the playoffs this year. That's impressive. That is impressive. And looks like Vancouver moved on to the second round and play Chicago, but Winnipeg fell to Nashville, as did Edmonton earlier to Chicago in a 6-game loss. And Montreal moved on, beat Buffalo, I believe. That sets them up with Tampa Bay, and we are set up with Washington. Washington, very stacked team at this point in time. They did lose a lot of depth, though. Maybe we can pull off an upset here. We score first blood here, draw first blood here. William Nylander scoring. Oh, whoops, that was my bad. Zaitsev, Kadri, and Spiza all scoring on Holtby, and Eller with the lone goal for the Capitals. We take game 1. That's pretty good. If we can make it to the conference finals, the first year of this rebuild, this team might not even need that much of a rebuild. I mean, if we add another blue, like, Philly Polka comes up next year, right? We got Polka coming up, and then you're gonna have Dermott. You got Dermott down there, but I don't know if he can do much. Yeah. Then you got Kapanen. He's also gonna be coming up, and you also have Josh Levo, and you have Frederick Gauthier and Kirby Reichel. I guess you can count him too. And you also have Grunstrom. I don't think he'll do much. So pretty good prospects there. Pretty good prospect pool that we have. So I'm impressed. So we'll see where this team can go. So, like, if we make the conference finals, I'm satisfied. Imagine if we have Montreal versus Toronto in the conference final. Yes, I would pay to see that. We get first blood after no scoring. First period, Zach Hyman with a big goal for us, putting us on top of Washington, but Jacob Vrana answering back for Washington on Friday. Washington currently leading in shots, and JVR, James Van Riemsdyk, breaking the tie on Braden Holtby, and Benoit Pouliot with the empty netter, and we win game 2 to take a 2-0 series lead. That is big. That is something big for us right there. Yeah, if you Like, I really would recommend go rewatching the Toronto Maple Leafs Capitals series from 2017. Like that was an entertaining. I don't care what you say, but that was an entertaining series. Like you were like cheering for the. I was cheering for the Leafs. Like as much as I wanted the Capitals then to win the cup, which they didn't yet, and then the year after they did it, but the Leafs tested them pretty well. So Leafs weren't no joke to the Capitals that year, forcing them up to 6 games, and everyone was saying, "Oh, Capitals gonna sweep the Leafs." Speaking of sweeps, we might be in a position with Marlo Marner and Nylander scoring in the first, and then Burakovsky fighting back, but Matthews answering. We're about to take a 3-0 series lead, unless a total collapse of the Toronto Maple Leafs happen. It is very possible that we might make the conference final this year. Yeah, they're not coming back. So unless the Capitals reverse sweep us, we're going to conference final. First year of this quote unquote rebuild. This team didn't need much of a rebuild, it looks like. Everything looks pretty solid right now. You have Ron Hainsey there. And yes, JVR is up to a 85 overall. We want to see him get to an 86. Unlock his full potential there. St. Louis leading Nashville currently 3-0. Vancouver trailing Chicago 1-2. Kind of rooting for Vancouver there. Tampa on the other side of our Eastern Conference bracket took 2 games against Montreal. Hopefully they can fight back. I want to see a Toronto-Montreal series, although a Toronto-Tampa series is a given, pretty good series. Just want to see the lines for Tampa there. Yeah, Tampa is a pretty stacked team, let's say that. Braden Point still a medium top 6. That's about to change to a medium elite. Tyler Johnson. Callahan is on the 4th. Jeez, this team's good. And their defense is way better than ours. So if we get put up against the Tampa Bay Lightning, I don't see we don't stand a chance against them. Unless Freddie does something magical, but they have Vasilevsky, so could be tough. I'd rather face Montreal, led by Carey Price, which says a lot against that Tampa Bay Lightning team. Alright, Capitals taking 2-1 lead. Kuznetsov and Matt Niskanen. Matthews answering later on in the period. Then Backstrom trying to get this game over with, but Nazem Kadri says no, this game is not over yet. And Benoit Pouliot ties it up. Big goal for us. Leading in shots 38 to 23, 24. Looks like Capitals are pressing, but it's anyone's game now. 3-3 tie. Could go into overtime. And it's going into overtime like it did with the Penguins. Let's see if we can take this in 4 instead of a 5-game series. And it looks like this is going to have to require more than 4 games as Barber scores on Freddie. No big deal. I wasn't expecting us to even beat the Capitals, so if we can somehow come back to this, hopefully. So far there's been no sweeps. Montreal tied it up on the other side, but all the other series are 3-1 series leads. Hopefully we don't choke this and make it go 6. Hopefully we can just take this out in 5 and make it smooth sailing from then. Because honestly, at the conference finals, I don't expect anything from this team. We scored 2 goals in the first period. Nylander and Komarov scoring on Brigham Holtby to give us a 2-goal lead. Washington doubling our shot totals, however. Looking pretty good though, and Nazem Kadri gives us some insurance to give us a 3-0 lead against the Capitals. Looking pretty good going into the third. Capitals on power play. They're out shooting us massively, surprisingly, but we get a power play, don't answer anything. 3-0 lead. Looks like we're going to take this in 5 unless we suffer a collapse, and we do. 3-0. We beat the Capitals in 5 games. Conference finals. Nylander leading the team in points with 11, 6 goals, 5 assists. Being a good goal scorer right there for us. And on the other side of the bracket, Vancouver got finished off by Chicago, and St. Louis finished off Nashville, and Montreal takes a 3-2 series lead against Tampa Bay Lightning. And Tampa ties it up with Montreal, so it's anyone now. I'm hoping for Montreal. That would be insane. And Montreal pulls it off, beating Tampa in 7 games, so we get a Montreal-Toronto series, which I'm sure anyone would like to see. Looking at the lines here, why is JVR is not a second liner? Excuse me. Oh, he's 29 now. That's fine. These should be the lines here. Antoine Vermette, 1 goal, 5 assists. That's been pretty good. Benoit Pouliot, 8 points. Gosh. Zach Hyman, 6. Komarov, 6. Bozak only have 1 assist. Cogliano, been all these guys underperforming. Marlowe with 5. Kadri with 8. Nylander, of course, leading the team in points. Matthews with 8. Marner with 8. JVR with 7. Not bad. But our fourth liners are playing really well. Riley with 5, Gardner with 1 assist, Spiza with 1 goal and 2 assists, Nikita Zaitsev with 1 goal and 1 assist, Ron Hazy with 0 goals, 0 assists, and Martin Marincin with 1 assist. Connor Carrick though, 1 goal, 1 assist, so he's been pretty good too. Don't count him out. But I think putting in Ron Hazy there will give it. I mean, we could put in Connor Carrick there. See how much of a difference there. Freddie, 943 save percentage. What a beast. Stolarz hasn't had to step in yet. Luckily, hopefully he doesn't need to, because Freddie has been going beast mode. Montreal, of course, beating us in the playoff race, 96 points to 95. So should be pretty entertaining. Montreal with a 1-goal lead. Shea Weber scoring that lone goal. We scored 2, but Montreal scores 4. Not looking too good in game 1. Denault, Lehkonen, and Schlemko and Weber all scoring for Montreal. Gardner and Marner scoring for us. But Marner answers. Take a 4-3 deficit. 1 goal lead for Montreal. Maybe we can pull this off. And no. Carey Price says no, so not looking too good. First time that we're seeing adversity here, and that we kind of need to win here now. At the same time, I got 0, not expectations for this team. This team's been performing to the best ability, so it's been pretty good all in all. simulate this Montreal Toronto game 2. And I was hoping that we can go up to an early lead, but no. Andrew Shaw and Carl Hodon scoring first for Montreal, and then Tyler Bozak answering, though. However, second period, again, we're facing a situation that we're down 4-2. Going to the third, Kadri Bozak scoring for us, Drouin and Gallagher, and Hodon and Shaw scoring for Montreal. Montreal scoring again, and it's not looking too good. And scoring again, it looks like this is our route. And Montreal's going to take game 2 decisively. Stolars have to come in. That's not a good sign. When Stolars had to come in, yeah, that's not good. So, not looking too good. Going to Maple Leaf Square. Alright, maybe we can just put these best lines out there. Marlowe dropping overall, so it's that doesn't mean anything good right there. Stolars, they had 2 good numbers there, but what can you do? Only faced 5 shots. So game 3 gonna be big for us. If we lose this, it's basically over. So kind of have to win this game. You say we win game 4 but lose game 3. It's not looking good. It's better to win game 3, lose game 4, and then you have a better chance to win game 5, I feel like. However, you do have that whole momentum thing. Well, we come up to a early lead. Matthews on Carey Price, and then William Nylander answering, so looking pretty good. 2-goal lead coming into the third. Freddie shutting them down, as well as our defense. Power play for Montreal, no good. Power play for Toronto. That was a long power play, but we didn't get anything done. That's not good. But it looks like, unless Montreal comes back, goal for Hemsky. But Montreal does not have enough time to come back, and we take a 2-1 series deficit. But take 1 game in the series. Chicago also fighting back there on the West. So anyone's series now, honestly. This is Montreal still technically in control, but I think we can come from behind and definitely make this series competitive, if not even win this series. Nylander leading the team in points, 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points in 13 games. First period, not too good. Montreal jumps up to a 2-1 lead, like in game 1 and 2, so not looking too good. Paul Byron and scoring on Freddie Anderson. William Nylander tying it up, but then shortly after, Jonathan Drouin on Stolars. Stolars is in. Freddie got hurt? Because if Freddie got hurt, then this series is over. But Austin Matthews responding with a big goal to tie it up. And we are going into the third, tied up 2 apiece, leading Montreal in shots, limiting them very much. Kill-off penalty. Can Anthony Stolars get it done here? Power play for Toronto, or Maple Leafs can't do it. Come on. And we're going into OT. Stolars probably seeing some of his first playoff action here, so it's risky here. Montreal with the power play, they can't get it done. Can we take advantage of the momentum swing here? Will this require double OT? Yes, the answer is yes. It requires double OT, but it's not over yet. Leading Montreal in shots, and Brandon Gallagher scores on Anthony Stolarz, and it's not looking too good. Montreal takes a 3-1 series lead. We're in a 3-1 series deficit. Chicago ties it up on the other side of things, on the other conference, but Freddie's hurt for permanently, not coming back next game. Johan Matson is our backup, and Anthony Stolarz is our starter. 9-11 say, I mean, it's respectful, but Freddie, oh boy. Stolarz played out of his mind that game, but I don't know if he can do it again. If he can do it again, I'm sure that we can win this next game, but that's a big loss for us. Losing Freddie. Nylander had a big game then, had a goal and an assist, 16 points in 14 games. He's been having a fantastic playoffs so far, as well as the rest of the team. But it's not looking too good against Montreal here. Is Montreal going to be the team that puts us down here? In 5 games, ironically. No goals in the first period. That makes me nervous. And Carl Hudon scores on Stolarz with a big goal for Montreal. Can we tie it up here in the third? Just barely leading Montreal in shots. Montreal gets a power play. No good for them. We killed it. And Philip Denault scores 2-0 lead. Not looking too good here. 6 minutes. 5 minutes. 4 minutes. 3 minutes. And Montreal knocks us off in 5 games. Our Cinderella run is over. We made it to conference finals. On the other side, Chicago takes a 3-2 series lead. I think it's pretty solid building block so far here, since we've made the conference finals, but yeah. I think that's it for this episode. Team played relatively well. Nylander, Marlowe. Why? Stop this stupid autocorrect. Why is this? Cogliano. Can JVR finally stay at an 85, please? Okay. I mean, Stolarz did everything that he did. 928 save percentage. For a backup, that's 24, and he's 77 overall. That is pretty damn good for a backup. So, Anderson, 924. What else could he do? He did everything that he could. So we'll take a look at the points leaders here in our team. Nylander with 16 points in 15 games. Did everything that he could. We're going to look at playoffs here. In regular season, Matthews had 66. But let's see the playoffs here. Nylander with 60 points. Matthews following him up with 4 less goals. There's a little drop off in goals there. With 4 goals, 8 assists with 12 points. Then Nazem Kadri, I think, was our second best goal scorer, apparently. 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points. Pretty solid. And then Mitch Marner coming in with 3 goals, 7 assists. Then Benoit Pouliot had a fantastic playoffs with 5 goals and 3 assists. JVR following with 4 goals and 4 assists. 8 points in 15 games. And Leo Komarov, 3 goals, 3 assists. Zach Hyman, 1 goal, 5 assists. Assist man right there. Morgan Riley, 6 assists. That guy is going to be a very good blue liner for us. Patrick Morrow with 2 goals and 3 assists, 5 points. Antoine Vermette having a pretty solid playoffs, but after that first round, I feel like he stepped back a little bit. 80 overall. We'll see if we can re-sign him. He's a veteran. We do need to replace veterans sometimes. 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. Pretty good, solid depth of scoring right there for us. 1 goal, 3 assists for Jake Gardner. Tyler Bozak as well, 1 goal, 3 assists. Lucas Pisa, 1 goal, 2 assists. Andrew Cogliano could have done better. 3 assists, not so bad. Connor Carrick, 1 goal, 1 assist. 7 games played only. So I'm sure he will be making the roster next year. As well will Vili Poka probably. And Nikita Zaitsev with 1 goal and 1 assist. Martin with 1 assist, and that is it for scoring. As well, let's take a look at who leads the league here. Vlad Tarasenko, Shea Weber with 18 points. That's impressive. Jonathan Taves with 17. Kucherov, and then Nylander. So Nylander was in the top 10. That's not that bad. That's pretty good. Jonathan Drouin. Alright. So I'll pause this video here. So thanks for watching. Hope you like and subscribe, and see you next vid.